Hey guys, how's it going? So new video, new car. This is the latest Range Rover available from JLR. This is the latest Vogue or full fat as they call it, and this is an autobiography. This customer has opted for a full surface protection detail. So what that means is we're not just dealing with the paint, we're also looking after the glass, we're also looking after the interior, leather, fabric, wheels, you name it, we're going to protect it. So sit back, relax, and watch the process from start to finish on what we do here at JW Autoshine. So what Tom's doing here now is starting off by washing all of the wheels and wheel arches and barrels. Next up is snow foam, making sure we get all of that loose debris off. Then rinsing the snow foam down and performing a safe maintenance clean to the vehicle. You'll notice the air was up on the suspension, so we had good access to all the wheel arches and apertures. And then after that, the vehicle was rinsed down, and then we use a new microfiber towel to dry the vehicle down thoroughly. The vehicle was then brought back into the workshop, whereby we will use a warm air blower dryer to make sure all of the shuts and apertures are free of water. Not something you need when you're about to polish and ceramic coat a vehicle. So the vehicle is aired back down onto the ground. Next up, the warm air blower is out, ridding all of the shuts and areas that water can lay completely free from the vehicle. I'll also be using an inspection lamp in this process whilst Tom's doing that to make sure there aren't any defects in the paint. We did find some, so I'll come on to that later in the video. It's really important that we make sure there aren't any water spots hiding in the vehicle, as we don't want those to drip over our new fresh coating later on during the process. So sadly, whilst I had the inspection lamp out, I did come across a few light minor scratches, but nonetheless, this is a brand new car and they shouldn't be present. Most of it is wash marring from the dealer, but we're going to deal with it. This one here literally looks like a sort of a mark that would have been inflicted possibly at the dealer or in transport. Again, nothing a light polish won't resolve, but again, not something we want to have on a new coating. This one, however, is more prominent. That is a chip and a scratch. Again, something we have dealt with later on in the video. Next up though is this. This is, and I actually can't believe I'm having to say this, this has had a touch up from the dealer and they've missed the chip entirely. The chip itself is relatively small, but unfortunately they've used the massive paintbrush and gone straight in and daubed over the entire area. Next up, it's machine polish time. So all those defects that you saw earlier in the video, we're going to now polish out with CarPro Essence using our Flex Dual Action Machine Polisher. Masking up all of the rubbers, we then turn our attention to all of the gloss blacks and pillars around this Range Rover. They all have light defects as well, so need polishing back. Once all the polishing is complete and we're happy that the vehicle is free of defects, we eraser wipe down the body and start the initial layer of the CarPro D-Quartz sublayer ceramic coating. This takes about 6 hours with a cure time of another 1 hour on top before we can lay on the C-Quartz Finest top layer ceramic coating. Usually this involves two of us, as one will lay up the coating and wait for it to flash, and the other person will wipe the coating down, making sure there's no high spots. First layer of coating now installed, and now gives us a chance to have a look around the vehicle, make sure there's no high spots in the coating or any issues that we may have missed. All looking good so far. Both layers of ceramic are now on, looking super glossy. So next up, on the 5-year or now 3-year ceramic coating process, we always infrared cure, panel by panel, at 60 degrees for 10 minutes. So settings dialed into the machine and then activate the lights. That counts down on a 10-minute timer. So we always average, put the lights about just under a metre away from the panel, and that gets you the desired temperature here for curing. Once this is done, the vehicle is then ceramic coated and complete. We also infrared cure the face of the wheels because why not? It's deluxe, it's a ceramic coating, it also applies to that as well. It's not a necessity, but it is very, very well worth doing. And vehicles that we've done it to in the past, we've seen Deluxe surpass the 12 months and hangs on in there for a great deal more mileage and time than you would think. This process takes about 3.5 to 4 hours depending on vehicle size. Hey guys, so another ceramic coating install complete. This ceramic coating install is noteworthy because this customer has gone for a full protection, full surface protection coating. So what that means is every element of the car has been protected with its own individual coating specified for that area of the car. Starting with the wheels, CarPro Deluxe, that's been applied to the faces and the barrels of the wheels, with the wheels removed from the vehicle and then reinstalled back on. Second to that is the paint. The paint is our 5-year ceramic coating install. What that means for you is dequartz sublayer with a finest top layer and then infrared cured to the vehicle body. That's giving a 5-year warranted coating backed by CarPro, the supplier. Next up after that, moving across to the top of the vehicle, is glass. That's been coated with a hydrophobic coating called G-Force, enabling water to run freely from all the vehicle glass and comes into its own at 35 miles an hour and above. You'll find the view of the windscreen won't require any wipers at that speed, especially in severe conditions, keeping clarity through the glass at great visibility levels at all times. Next up, we've got Sequartz leather. Going on the inside of these Range Rovers, the materials are beautiful, but they do wear quite quickly. So you're adding a Sequartz leather 2.0 coating to the surface of the leather will enable your leather to look better for longer. It has fantastic UV protection as well as dye transfer protection built into that product. The leather is completely matte, there's no gloss, it looks exactly as it should do from the factory, but it is giving you that invisible layer of protection. Whilst we're in the inside, we also installed Sequartz fabric, so that thick pile carpet running via the whole entire interior of this Range Rover, giving a hydrophobic barrier there as an emergency in case of a spill. Going on from there, we've also got one product left to talk about, and that is Essence. So we use Essence as a hybrid primer and a last stage polishing product before we lay any of the coatings on. The vehicle wasn't perfect when it came in. I'll show you some overlaps of that now. There were a few issues with the paint, minor swirls, minor marks, certainly towards the bottom of the car. This was the perfect polish for that. It's got a little bit of cut, just enough to get through that gentle top layer of this paint to get it back to where it should be, to look perfect. Also adds as a perfect sub-layer to our ceramic coatings. So guys, there you have it. One completed Range Rover with full surface protection applied. Everything from CarPro that we can apply to this vehicle has been applied. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're interested in having your car detailed, please don't hesitate to give us a call, a text or an email on any of the links below, and we'll be happy to give you a price full bespoke to what your requirements are for your vehicle. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you ever so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.